What's up, everybody? I just hit Stadium inside of Kingdom Rush Battles. Now, in case you don't know, Stadium is the top arena if you come from Clash Royale. It's what used to be, I guess, Legend Arena, but now it's called Stadium. At this point, you earn these little medals instead and start placing you on the leaderboards against the other players, either global or local. I'm currently 779 in the USA. Now, with that said, I want to go over the deck that I was using. I was using a Barrisad deck. I have spent some money. I've spent somewhere around $50 to $100. What I've purchased are the summon packs for Barrisad. I bought all of these. These ones were for gems. This was, I think, 15, and this was maybe 20. And then I purchased Ashbite for, I believe, 20 at the very early parts of the game. To be honest, I didn't really use him very much. There is a pop-up right now as well when you hit Stadium for a copy of Ashbite. Barrisad's just better from what I've seen. I've gone against Ashbites, and I much prefer Barrisad, so I'm not going to be buying this for $20. It's a bit too expensive. I picked up some gem packs as well, like one or two. They gave me a little bit of gems to pick up the initial summon scrolls there. Now, that's beside the point. I just want to give some context for where my account's at spend-wise. So I got a level 9 Barrisad. I have a Thunderbolt in the deck, have Cursed Vines, Teleport. Musketeer Garrison just recently came in because dragons, the booster, as well as enemy Barrisads are extremely annoying to deal with. I'll turn down the volume a little bit, sorry about that. But those champions, those boosters are super frustrating to deal with. I also have the Dwarf for some AoE control. I have the Barbarian Hall. The Barbarians hit flying creatures as well, so very helpful, and they block enemies from getting to my finish line, especially if I'm not really paying attention. And then lastly, we have the Glacial Druid. The Glacial Druid is an extremely strong card, which I've been a huge fan of since using it. These are level 6, level 7, and they're not taken up that high, but this is what I got going on. Now, before switching to Musketeer Garrison, I actually was running the Arcane Wizard, and this was doing good, but I just wasn't getting enough damage versus the dragon, specifically the dragon booster. Not necessarily Barrisads and things like that. Didn't care so much about damaging those per se, but I wanted to get rid of the dragon booster. And if you're having troubles versus the dragon booster, Musketeers could be your answer. But you gotta play them wisely, because if you throw them out early, they don't do good damage to waves. Like wave control, not good. It's really just for the flying creatures and then eventually the opponents. So now that we're in Stadium, we should be getting fights against actual players basically all the time. This player is not a bot because this name is not two words smashed together. Typically, bots are two words smashed together. It's not to say everybody with two words smashed together is a bot. I've played plenty of real players. I know that because they were spamming emotes on me. So I know they're real players and they had the two words smushed together. This is like my second fight in Stadium. We're going to go for a magic. Actually, no, let's go for the Broodmother. That's a really strong card. Now, for this deck, my strategy behind it has been basically to find a choke point, slow them down, and then throw out Musketeers if I need them. So what we're going to do, they're going to walk around and then down. Let's go ahead and just put out some stuns here. We're going to use Barrisad to just go ahead and basically keep control down here at the bottom. I'll get a Barbarian up in just a minute if I need it. But his little fire on the ground is so strong. So strong. He really helps out a lot with just wave control in general. I may end up throwing a Musketeer right here, potentially. Actually, no, let's go do one. Right here is a too good of a spot, I believe, for like a Glacial Druid or the Dwarf. So I don't really want to put the Musketeer right there. Oh, well, he already got it right through. That's a little bit strange. That's maybe he wasn't paying attention. That can definitely happen. Sometimes you just don't really pay attention and things just slip through the back line. So it is something you have to be careful of and that you are watching for those kinds of things. It's happened to me plenty of times. The bottom lane and top lane. What I do with Barrisad is I typically have my tower defending one lane, and then I have my Barrisad camping on the other spawn area so that I'm not losing focus on one or the other, and I'm keeping them both under control. Eventually, I kind of switch that, but for now, that's been my strategy. We're going against a Tesla, so some magic there. We have Barbarians. It doesn't have a ton of AoE stuff. Tesla I've not used before, so I don't know how great it is. We're going to go the Broodmother here. This map, I typically start with a Dwarp right here. But what I'm going to do instead this time is just wait a minute. There we go. We got a bird right at the beginning. We're going to go ahead and throw a musket down. Musketeer does good work versus this bird. And I don't want the bird around. My dragon does good for these waves, so we're fine there. We're going to drop a poison vine up here, slow them down. Barricade should be able to handle these dudes at the bottom fairly well. And then I'm going to throw barbarians down here. This will stop people coming down this bottom lane, as well as distract this bird a little bit. Let's go ahead and get a glacial druid over here. Whenever you're building new things like this, like midway through the fight like I'm doing currently, it's better to build or upgrade in the path the enemy's actually going. Because I could definitely put stuff up here, and it's going to be beneficial to next round, but it's not going to do anything for right now. I would love to get this bird killed. Let's go ahead and do it. I'll use a lightning. It's a bit expensive. Hopefully it pays off. Okay, dang, it did not pay off. Wow. So I had to use an expensive thunderbolt. The cooldown should be done fairly soon, but I had to use that and still didn't even kill him. However, enemy Barricade's having a hard time with the Broodlord coming through, and with my musketeers, it's going to start shooting the Barricade later on in the fight. I want to save it to basically get maybe 2 musketeers up, ready to be taken up to the point of shooting the dragon, and then go from there. So now I want him to have... Let's go for the ghosts, because he has a bunch of single target towers. The ghosts spawning on him will be helpful for me. Now here, what we're going to do is we're going to spawn this Dwarp. I'm going to throw another musket up, because previously we did not kill the Thunderbird. Oh, and he has a dragon as well. These are the 2 most annoying flying creatures there are. Just flat out. They're ridiculous. Now, I will want to use the Thunderbolt versus this stuff in just a minute. Let's go ahead and keep the waves back a little bit. I want my musketeers to be able to focus on the birds as they come down. So we'll do that. I may even put some more barbarians up potentially. We'll have to see. But yeah, let's put some barbarians right here actually. Put some stuff there. Drop a thunderbolt right here. Drop this bird possibly. Hopefully. Okay, he's losing his life. Dang, it's just so much health that thing has. Wow. We're going to wait to level this up until my barbarians are about to die, because leveling it up will spawn some fresh ones. I don't know why this dragon's not stopping. Musketeers are just dropping the dragon, though, pretty quickly. We're going to drop some more stuff here. I need a Dwarp to slow the waves a little bit. Kill this dragon. Get to a spot of being able to actually deal with these. Teleport would be huge. 3, 2, 1, maybe. There we go. Boom. Sends them all back, and we're safe. We get nobody through our finish, and he is looking in a pretty rough spot up there. And there we go. We take the victory. That's basically how that deck works. That was a good showcase of it. Later on in the fight, if it does scale to that point, it's basically going to be slowing the waves down, trying to separate the waves from the flying creatures. The flying creatures are just the meta of boosters right now. If you get a flying creature, the dragon or the Thunderbird, the chances of you winning just instantly go up, especially if the opponent doesn't have any yet. This deck, I had to put in Musketeer because of how popular the Thunderbird and the Dragon are. I just couldn't stop them with Barricade alone. Now, other decks, if you're using like Allura, maybe can stop it. I've not really used any other heroes besides Barricade. And at this point, I'm starting to learn quite a bit where Barricade is strong and where he's not so much. AoE stuff on the ground, he does great. Targeting flying, not so good because it's stopping him from doing his AoE hits and just really not where he excels. So I need some towers to deal with that. But slowing things down combines with Barricade perfectly. It synergizes with him perfectly because the Dwarp and Glacial slow him down, separate them, keep them bunched together essentially, and then Barricade can just nuke the ground around them and melt them. I use Curse Vines right now over the Icy Zone simply because Icy Zone doesn't do any damage. It's really good for slowing them down, and maybe I switch it out, but this is pretty nice for dealing some damage, I believe. Now, the dot max is 1027, minimum is 718. It's a pretty decent skill. We also get 3% increase in heroes' damage, which is nice compared to the Ice Zone, which is no boost, at least not yet. Maybe at a higher level, but overall, that's the deck I've been using. You know what? We had 2 relatively quick fights. Let's do one more fight. These are fun. I haven't played, well, this is very early in Stadium, of course, so, but I want to give you guys a decent idea of how this deck functions. And if you like these deck showcase type videos, let me know, and I can do some more. I do want to try out some different heroes, though. I will start trying maybe a Laura, or maybe, you let me know, maybe a Grawl deck. Each of them are going to have a bit different strategies. Allura can stop ground units. Barrisad can't, as far as doesn't distract them. Early in the fights, sometimes I do take this gold one, but Troll Zerker is really strong as well. So we have the post right here, and we have a post right here. Barrisad will handle that. We have a choke point there. We're going to go ahead and put the Dwarf, I guess, right here. So if they go either top or bottom, they're going to be getting stunned and such. I'm going to let my gold kind of just build up. We'll go ahead and zap this Troll Zerker. Put myself in a possible positive gold situation here. Maybe, maybe not. Just this dude running away. I got to deal with him. We're going to put a Glacial Druid right there. Hit this path a little bit. Move my Barrisad down somewhat. That Glacial Druid should be able to handle him up there now. And now, I gotta have something that can get rid of this dude. All of these little Necromancer things aren't that big of a deal for me, honestly. Because I do so good against the ground units anyways, it's fine. I'm trying to move Barrisad. I got a hotkey for it, and it wasn't working. Okay, this Troll Zerker is going to be a little bit of a problem coming through there. We'll do the Bandit. Actually, he has a bunch of muskets. He is going to be doing very well against my deck. Put a Bandit out. So this dude, I need to get those Necromancers back. Dang. That Troll Zerker there is not doing what I really want him to do. But this is plenty of ground damage now. We'll put a musket right there. Take out that bird, possibly. Fear him back. Doing good stuff now. We got a balloon up there as well. May have to throw a musket right there also. Well, maybe not. Because they're going the bottom path. That's cool. Okay, so we got a lot to deal with now. He's getting some good booster picks. There is some RNG, of course, to the game. Like, if you get a good booster, you're going to be in a good spot. If you get a bad booster, you're not going to be in as good of a spot. But I don't think it plays as much as what some people act like it does. The balloon tower just goes straight for the kill, basically. My goodness. I mean, it's not a lot I can do about that one unless I can just maybe squeeze it out with a few of these barbarian hits. Maybe get him. But oh no, we didn't get it. Dang it. I need to get my archers and stuff leveled up a bit more there. Take him up a higher level. We're kind of getting pushed in the wrong direction here. Ashbite's dropping bombs on me as well. I mean, he's doing good. He's definitely doing good. We're going to get my Troll Zerker to be a little stronger. I think he's going to have this fight, though. I don't think there's a lot I can do. We can't level that up. Troll Zerker's about to go down, though. Almost, maybe, someday. And there we go. We're down because of the Musketeers over there. Very strong deck versus Barrisad. For sure. Well done to him. But Musketeers wreck Barrisad. He has a lot of stuff to counter me. Necromancer's not so much because I can deal with those units fine. It's just my Barrisad comes up, he's going to get dropped, basically. Going to separate him a little bit. No, kill the bird. Kill the bird. I just can't upgrade my things just yet. They may just nuke me. They may just beat me here, honestly. If this thing gets through, it's over. It's over. There we go. GG's to him. So you win some, you lose some. Those balloons just too good. I don't have enough muskets out. I went too heavy in the AoE stuff and then got wrecked. So the balloons are pretty cool, though. They're fairly squishy, so against his deck, it wouldn't do anything. but that is how it worked against mine. But either way, that is how the Barrisad deck works. I got caught trying to catch up in that round, but if you want to give it a shot, these are the cards that I'm using. Hopefully it works out well for you. I use this to climb basically from very low. I think as soon as you could get the Glacial Druid is basically when I started using it. So way back here in Arena 6. Before that, I was just using a different tower. I think I was using the Archer Tower or something instead of Glacial Druid. But either way, I used it very early. I did not purchase the Necromancer pack. I probably should have, but I wasn't able to at the time because I didn't have access on the PC. But either way, neither here nor there. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you enjoy these videos, and I will catch you all in the next one.